sit and watch streaming videos for hours on end and so on and so forth.
Then I would like to present for you a evidence that I have that this is prophetic of here's what the book says, here's the reality of today. And I'm going to make it very simple. Okay. In the book, if you recall, when Winston Smith first meets the inner party member that he befriends, O'Brien.
Yes, O'Brien. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's brought in, he's given quality gin.
Yes, that's
gin
right.
that went down smooth.
That's right. Everything was high quality. The food was high quality. Too rich for him.
Cigarettes were wonderful.
Delicious
perfect. Right.
He was suddenly assaulted with all of this luxury and
I'm gonna draw you perhaps a little bit of an analogy that doesn't directly correlate, but correlates to the concept of the inner party, the outer party.
Sure.
Okay.
So,
as you recall, the outer party was anybody that was in employment under the inner. So anybody of median income, middle class.
Yes.
Okay. In today's vernacular.
Sure.
I went to a hospital. I think I told you this story where I had a kidney stone.
Yes.
And it was very, very painful.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard it's supposed to be like very painful, and I agree. After going through it, it is.
Yeah.
I remember socialized medicine, something that Bernie Sanders is saying.
Yes.
Everyone deserves, because in a wealthy country like the United States, there is no way that we can't afford to buy everyone health care. Okay? My point is, Bernie Sanders, if he had any type of problem, because he's a member of the inner party, would go to the finest doctor.
Sure.
Have the most quality service. It would be speedy.
Well, the doctor would come to his house.
Yes.
He wouldn't be going anywhere.
Yes. Now I want to compare what I guess I was at the time. I was probably a troll in the socialized medical HMO service. So this kidney stone, very painful. I'm at work. I see the symptoms. They're not good. So I asked my work colleague to drive me over the hill to the hospital. So I go to Burbank, go to the hospital. I remember very succinctly waiting in that waiting room so long that I had to go and try to go to the bathroom multiple times. And each time was, I can't.
Wow.
It's so painful. Why can't I?
Right.
Please let me go.
Yes.
Okay. I remember pacing back and forth for about an hour. Okay. And finally I go to the bathroom and sure enough I pass a stone.
Wow.
By
yourself?
By myself in the restroom.
In the restroom. Have received no care.
Well, I was waiting.
You were waiting.
I guess I was in triage. They took my symptoms down.
Okay.
Told them, my pain scale, like they always ask.
Yeah.
And I waited, and so I passed the stone. I see that the symptoms are getting worse because basically I see a little piece of what looks like compressed piece of
calcium.
rock.
Rock. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the bottom.
Yes.
And I know it came from me.
Yeah. Right.
I wait another 30 minutes until finally they take me to the back into one of the private waiting rooms.
You've already passed your stone.
Yeah, I've already passed my stone. Okay. I wait another 15 to 20 minutes for the doctor to come in, and let me
Have
just
you received any kind of anesthetics?
No. Nothing. Again, this is what a prole would go through.
Right. Sure.
In a socialized medical system.
Sure.
Okay. HMO rather than a PPO. Something where you're basically emergency and you have to wait. Because there's a lot of people in an emergency. And I get that. And, I understand right now that I'm sure the doctor, the staff of the emergency room, the triage nurses, they wanted to help me as fast as they possibly can.
Sure.
But
Fair.
in a large city, there are many people waiting in line
Absolutely.
for that exact same service.
Yes.
And you have to pick the ones
Everyone
that are
with a pain level 10. Everyone.
yes.
Yeah.
So I get it. So waiting an hour and a half, passing the stone myself, I'm a little angry, but I get it. This is life, right? So finally the doctor comes in 2 hours later. He apologizes, and starts picking my testimony. Tell him everything that happened in the waiting room bathroom. And the first question out of the doctor's mouth after I tell him that, "Oh, did you happen to get the piece from the urinal?" And I tell him,
"Oh yeah,
I'm sorry, Doc. I was in so much pain,
Right.
like bending down like that. I thought it would be bad."
Right.
He goes, "It's a shame. I guess we'll never know."
That's always
So
something nice you want to hear your doctor tell you. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah. Well, it is a hospital, and I still got quite a bit of money to probably pay on that bill.
Sure.
Yeah, it was a large.
But this is the point that you're driving at, is that this is what someone who's not in the inner party, this is how they would be treated.
No. This one, yes, exactly. Anyone who's outside of the inner party would be treated like that. The main proletariat, the proles,
Yes.
all the way to the outer party. The outer party might get a little bit of deference.
Yeah.
Okay. The inner party is Bernie Sanders on the other side of that. He's O'Brien, and he's saying, "Oh yes, I want to get everybody in this wonderful industrious country that's so rich.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give everybody health care." But at the same time, there's people that are coming to make sure he stays alive, that he doesn't go to them, he doesn't wait. They come to him, and they're by his side, and they're permanently there.
Yes.
So for a person in that kind of position to dictate to me how healthcare should be handled, absolutely ridiculous. In fact, I'm going to go one step further. The senility at large in the politicians, the absolute senility of being a professional politician and saying, "Yes, what did you do, Jack, for the last 20 years? Oh, well, I was in the Congress."